Today is the 4th of January. Um, Good day, friends. I'm Neville. I trust that you have had an amazing time, Christmas season, with your friends and family all across the globe. I also trust that you had an amazing crossover into the year 2026. May God anoint your plans, may He bless your hands, and may He take you smoothly into this new year. Now, today, friends, I want to talk about an event that is currently shaking the world, the capture of Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela. Many see this as purely political. Others see this and say it's all about the oil. Others say it's about power. Now, but as always, as you have seen from my videos, I always take a step back and I look deeper and I ask the deeper questions that others probably don't want to ask. What is God saying to us in all of this? What can we learn, not just about Venezuela, but about nations? What can we learn about leaders? And what can we learn about the church? Now, let's first look at the obvious. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves in the world, over 300 billion barrels. That's more than Saudi Arabia. For decades, oil has defined this nation's economy. Now Maduro is gone or captured. The United States has intervened. Trump himself hinted at some stage that he will be running Venezuela's oil. So some see this purely as a fight over resources. Others see it as a signal in the shift from a unipolar world to a multipolar one, where China, Russia, and other nations are inserting influence globally. But this once again reminds us power, wealth, and resources always attract competition. But the pursuit of these things without justice and integrity comes at a high cost. Venezuela is a vivid example of what just happened when leadership is corrupt and accountable only to itself. So, prophetically, what can we see? The Bible warns us that nations rise and fall, and the patterns of greed, corruption, and injustice repeat themselves across generations. I do not say, folks, that this event is prophecy fulfilled. That would be presumptuous. But we can see God's principles in action. Nations that exploit resources for selfish gain, ignore the needs of their people, and trample justice will face consequences. And here's the important part for us, the church. We are not called to be silent spectators. We are called to speak truth, to pray for leaders, and to uphold justice and integrity, even when the world is focused on power or profit. Now let's bring this closer to home. I have spoken about governance in Africa many a time, about corruption, about the lack of accountability, about greed that weaken nations and hurt citizens. Now the Maduro story is a warning that no leader, no matter how powerful, is above consequences, irrespective how it happens, where it comes from. But it's biblical, it's in the Bible. So let us pause and ask, friends, what can South Africa then learn from Venezuela's story? What can Namibia learn? What can other nations in this region learn from this? Unchecked corruption and mismanagement destroy trust. Venezuela's wealth was enormous, oil riches beyond imagination, yet poor governance and greed brought the nation to economic collapse. South Africa has immense resources. South Africa has amazing talent and potential. The warning is clear. Wealth and opportunity do not protect a nation from decay if leaders are unaccountable. Maduro clung to power despite failing the people. He was ignoring the injustices and weakening institutions. So South Africa must strengthen institutions, it must uphold the rule of law, and ensure leadership serves the people, not personal or party interests. As I've said in previous videos and articles, the church must remain independent, prophetic, and engaged. We cannot be captured by political agendas or silenced by fear. The principle, rather, the principles of justice, accountability, and ethical leadership apply everywhere. It applies in Namibia, in South Africa, in Venezuela, or any other nation, even in the United States of America. And for African leaders and citizens alike, God is watching. He calls nations to integrity, to defend the weak, and to steward resources wisely. Ignoring this comes at a heavy cost. So, what can we do as believers? Pray and discern. Pray for leaders, pray for nations. Ask God to guide them in justice and in wisdom. Speak the truth courageously. We cannot be silent. Do not let the corruption or greed go unchallenged. Educate and engage. The church has to educate. We as the church has to understand global events, not just as politics, but as opportunity to apply God's principles. Be kingdom-minded. Resources, power, and influence are temporary. What lasts is righteousness, mercy, and faithfulness. The capture of Maduro is more than just a headline. It is a lesson, it is a warning, and a call for reflections. Nations rise and fall, but God's kingdom principles will always endure. Now, folks, if this message resonates, please share it. Comment in the section below, and let us continue the conversation on how faith and governance intersect in our world today. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay faithful, stay prayerful, and stay prophetic. Happy New Year. God bless you.